Hello, friends. So, what does it take to make you happy? A comedian, a couple of dollars in the bank, a good meal, an attractive spouse, success in business, get written up in the newspaper. And as I'm talking to you, I'm smiling myself. I think all of them sound pretty good to me. But actually, it doesn't take much at all to make a person happy. And let me share with you one of these traditional Jewish stories. Once upon a time, many years ago, there lived a very powerful king. And he was blessed with a good people and a beautiful palace and a wonderful queen. And he was profoundly unhappy. And of course, having all of the great qualities of being a king, one would lead to the conclusion that he must be the happiest person on earth, but he certainly was not. So he called his wise philosophers to ask, why am I not happy? They realized that it was not because he was lacking something, rather it was because he was aspiring to something. So they said, Your Majesty, perhaps if you would excel in a particular thought process, like some type of a subject, that would cause you happiness. And he says, well, go outside and find me from the finest universities a great professor, and if he's happy, then I will study from him. And they went to all of the great universities and found out that the more talented the professor, the less happy he was. He wasn't happy with himself, he wasn't happy with his students, he wasn't happy with the results of his investigation, and they realized that that's not the way to go. So they came back and they said, Your Majesty, perhaps even more money would make you happy. He says, then fine, go out to the financiers and see if they're happy. And of course, you know the answer. They went to all of the wealthy people, and they were not happy. They did not have enough, or the other person had more, or finally, maybe someone was going to steal their money. Until finally, they realized that it's none of the usual conventional things, and they were at a loss. Until one wizard came and said, Your Majesty, happiness is contagious. What you have to do is be contaminated by wearing the shirt of a happy person. So all you have to do is, if a happy person will give you his shirt, you will get some of his happiness, and that will become part of your personality. And he was at a wit's end. He said, fine. But the wizard said, I must caution you, he has to be truly happy. So they went out looking for a truly happy person, and they realized how difficult that task was. Everyone had some tsuris, everyone had some trouble, everyone had some unhappiness in their life, and taking a shirt from such a person would do nothing for their beloved monarch. Until almost at a wit's end, almost giving up, they pass a field, and in the field there's an outhouse. And next to the outhouse, they hear someone singing. He's happy as a lark. And they see a person, he's sitting on a garbage heap without a shirt, and he's just singing. And they go over to him, thinking that he's perhaps quite mad, but to their surprise, his eyes look normal. They say, Sir, stop singing for a moment. Are you a happy person? He says, a happy person? The happiest. Look at this beautiful day. Look at my health. Life is good. He said, well, don't you have any problems? He says, what can I have problems for? I don't own any money, so I'm not worried about losing the money. And I don't have a house, I'm not worried about fixing the house. And I don't teach, and I don't have to worry about preparing a lesson. Life is just simply good. Oh, they couldn't believe this. The first person that they met in the kingdom who was truly happy. They said, Sir, you are the person we've been searching for. We'd like you to help our king. We want to buy a shirt from you. They said, I'm sorry, I refuse. They said, look, money is no object. We are willing to give the weight of your shirt in gold. And you could buy a palace after that. He says, I absolutely refuse. They said, Sir, if you're not going to give it to us willingly, we might take it forcibly. He says, no, you can't. And they said, what makes you so sure? He says, because I don't own the shirt. And they then realized that the happiest person in the entire country did not even own a shirt. So, my friends, what does it take to make you happy? The answer is, you don't even need a shirt. But what does it take to make you happy? Well, I'll throw out more than one possibility. One of them is confidence. Trust. Belief. Yeah, I'm a rabbi, so I have a one-track mind. I would say the more you believe in your God, the more you trust your God, the more you have the knowledge that God will watch over you in all situations and whatever you do, that will bring you self-confidence, that will take away any anxiety or concern, and essentially you begin to appreciate with what you have. What does it take to make you happy? You already have it, my friends. You have a God. That's what it takes to make you happy. Trust Him, believe in Him, talk to Him, argue with Him, pray to Him, try to please Him. The bottom line is, our holy God in heaven, our Father in heaven, loves us so deeply, and that itself is a cause of joy. Anyway, enough preaching. Let's start thinking and feeling it. I wish you a happy life for now and forever. Shalom. I say,